I asked then, did God reject his people? By no means. I am a Israelite myself, a descendant of Abraham from the tribe of Benjamin. God did not reject his people, whom he foreknew. Don't you know what scriptures say in this passage about Isaiah, how he appealed to God against Israel? Lo, they have killed your prophet and torn down your altar. I am the only one left, and they are trying to kill me. And what was God's answer to him? I have reserved for myself 7,000 who have not bowed the knee to Baal. So too at the present time there is a remnant chosen by grace. And if by grace, then it cannot be based on work. If it were, grace would no longer be grace. What then? What the people of Israel sought so earnestly, they did not obtain. The elect among them did, but the other were 100, as is it written. God gave them a spirit of stupor. I that could not see, an ear that could not hear, to this very day. And David say, make their table because of snare and a trap, a stumbling block, and retribution for them. May their eye be darkened, so they cannot see, and their back be bent forever. Again, I asking, did they stumble so as to fall beyond recovery? Not at all, rather because of their transgression. Salvation has come to the Gentile to make Israel impious. But if their transgression mean riches for the work, and their loss mean riches for the Gentile, how much greater rich will their full inclusion bring? I am talking to you, Gentile, inasmuch as I am the apostle to the Gentile. I take pride in my ministry in the hope that I may somehow accuse it, allure my own people to envy and save some of them. For if their rejection borrowed reconciliation to the world, what will their acceptance be but life from the dead? If the part of the doubt operate as first fruit is holy, then the whole batch is holy. If the roof is holy, so are the branches. If some of the branches have been broken up, and you, through a wild olive shoot, have been grafted in among the other, and how share in the outlanishing sap from the olive root? Do not consider yourself to be superior to those other branches. If you do consider this, you do not support to the root, but the root support you. You will say then, branches were broken off so that I could be created in. Created, but they were broken off because of unbelief. And you stand by faith. Do not be granted but tremble, for if God did not spare the natural budget, he will not spare you either. Consider therefore the kindness and strongness of God, strongness to those who fear, but kindness to you, provided that you continue in his kindness, otherwise you also will be cut off, and if they do not persist in unbelief, there will be granted in, for God is able to graft them in again. After all, if you were cut out of an olive tree that is wild by nature, and contrary to nature were grafted into a cultivated olive tree, how much more Lilith will those who nature brought it be granted into their own olive tree. I do not want you to be ignorant of this ministry, brother and sister, so that you may not be conceited. Israel has experienced a hardling in part until the full number of the Gentiles has come in. And in this way all Israel will be saved, as is it written, the deliverer will come from Zion. He will turn godlessness away from Jacob. And this is my covenant with them when I take away their sin. As far as the gospel is concerned, there are enemies for your sake, but as far as election is concerned, there are loved on account of the patriarchate, for God gripped and his call out are irrevocable. Just as you who were at one time disobedient to God has not received mercy as result of their disobedience, so they are to have now become disobedient in order that there too may not receive mercy as a result of God's mercy to you. For God has bounded everyone over to obligation, so that he may has mercy on them all. All the depth of the reach of the wisdom and knowledge of God, how unsearchable his judgment and his path beyond tracing out. Who has known the mind of the Lord, or who has been his consider, who has either given to God, that God should repay them, for from him and through him and for him and are all things. To him be the glory forever. Amen.